Buckle up, because this Hollywood drama just took a scorching turn. The glitter, the glam, the endless red carpet smiles, none of it can hide the fact that Rachel Zegler's star is plummeting fast. And honey, this fall, it's messy, public, and completely unfiltered. The insiders have stopped whispering, they're screaming it now. Rachel Zegler has been abandoned. Her team, her so-called people, gone, ghosted, vanished. The second I landed in LA last week, you could feel it. The energy surrounding Rachel wasn't just tense, it was radioactive. Everyone from publicists to agents were visibly recoiling at the mere mention of her name. It's like her career was hit by a Hollywood earthquake, and everyone is running for cover. One industry source spilled the tea directly. Her entire support system is in absolute ruins. A publicist, yes, someone who literally gets paid to clean up celebrity messes, straight up called her unmanageable. And another source, they said Rachel is being avoided like a scandalous virus. People don't even want to pitch her for campaigns anymore.
You don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
Thank you, Rachel.
Maybe on the way out?
Why? Because she's now what Hollywood fears most, a liability. No one wants to be responsible for the next Rachel Zegler headline disaster. And here's the most gut-wrenching part. She doesn't even realize how deep in trouble she is. Someone tied to a big-name management company confessed, Rachel still thinks she can ride this out, but baby, the phones have stopped ringing. Her team is tapped out. They've tried everything. They've made calls, they've drafted apology statements, they've booked quiet dinners with key players to do some PR cleanup, but now they're exhausted. They've hit their limit. Some are quietly exiting. Others straight up cutting ties. No drama, no big exits, just slow, steady abandonment. And let's be real, in Hollywood, once the machinery stops turning for you, you're basically invisible. Rachel might still have a few contracts and some name recognition left, but behind the scenes, it's crumbling. The Snow White drama didn't just stain her reputation, it's imploding her whole infrastructure. When Disney decided to re-release the original animated Snow White, it bombed. And you better believe fingers are being pointed at Rachel. Not because she had anything to do with the 1937 version, but because her comments, yes, those tone-deaf interviews trashing the original Prince and the storyline, became the face of its failure. That re-release didn't just flop, it was a disaster. A complete embarrassment. What was supposed to be a celebration of Disney's legacy turned into a humiliating flop, dragged down by brand damage, and that damage had a name, Rachel Zegler. Fans furious. Boycott spread like wildfire. Social media, a circus of mockery. People posted clips of Rachel over and over again using her own words as memes, and guess what Disney did about it? Nothing. Silence. Not a single word to defend her. No PR statements. No social media pushback. Not even a "we stand by our cast." Zilch. And that's not confusion, that's strategy. That's the studio letting her burn quietly while they prepare their escape plan. Because let's be honest, if they thought Rachel was still valuable to the brand, they'd be shielding her like a golden egg. But instead, they're watching it all fall apart without lifting a finger. This isn't just a career hiccup, it's a collapse. Her team is fighting internally, with some pushing for a full-blown rebrand and others just waiting for their contracts to expire so they can peace out. One source from a major PR firm described it as pure dysfunction. No one's on the same page. Her messaging, all over the place. She's giving confident interviews, then ghosting social media. Nothing matches, and when another old clip goes viral, boom, another setback. For tickets, industry pros are calling her the kind of client you have to manage around, not with. Which is the Hollywood equivalent of saying, we're done here. Award show invites? Gone. Studio talks? Dead air. Media appearances? Everyone's too scared to book her. And behind those pretty pictures, casting directors and publicists are whispering the same brutal phrase. She's not worth the risk. What once felt like youthful confidence now reads as arrogance. One rep reportedly said, every time we think she's learned from the backlash, she does it again. And it's not just what she says, it's how she says it. That smirk, the dismissive tone, the sound bites that blow up online for all the wrong reasons. She's gone from fresh-faced newcomer to cautionary tale. Fashion houses? They've pulled out. Influencer brands, not responding. Red carpet invite, vanished. Even the people who used to post about her nonstop fan pages, stylists, glam teams, they've gone radio silent. And you know Hollywood, when no one's showing up for you on social media, that's not accidental. That's a message. She used to be the it girl. Now she's being digitally erased, replaced, ignored. And here's the kicker, even showing up in a group photo with her right now can spark a tabloid headline. Producers are actively avoiding being seen with her. That's how toxic it's gotten. Because in Tinseltown, if you're not on the invite list, you don't exist. Sure, Rachel still technically has a role in Disney's Snow White remake, but let's not kid ourselves. Insiders are saying Disney is already planning her exit. Major edits are rumored, entire reshoots. Some even say they're scouting new princess faces, less controversial ones with bigger audience connections. And Disney, they don't make announcements when they move on, they just move on. No more invites, no more premieres, no more photo ops. Just poof, you're gone. And if that's what's happening, this isn't just one role. This is a career-ending pivot. Because when Disney pulls the plug on you, that's a signal to every other studio, every fashion brand, every deal maker in town. Zegler's social media tells its own story. She used to post constantly, snaps from set, cheeky captions, confident selfies. Now, it's a barren wasteland. Carefully chosen posts, strategically worded captions, all charm replaced by damage control. It's clear her team has told her, sit down and shut up. Because every time she spoke before, it backfired hard. And that silence, it's not helping either, because now people are speculating even more. What's going on? Why isn't she speaking out? Where are the comeback plans? Why is the Queen of Cantor gone mute? And perhaps the saddest part, no one is defending her. Not her co-stars, not her directors, not even the glam squad that used to gush over her style. Remember when everyone was praising her in those first interviews? That's gone. Now, as things have gone from oops to irreparable, every single one of them has backed off. Insiders say it's simple. No one wants the backlash. No one wants to risk their own career defending someone who's now become a walking PR disaster. And the scariest question Holly was asking, not can she bounce back, but has she ruined it all before it even began? Here's what makes Rachel Zegler's situation so chilling. It's not a scandal that did her in. It's not some lawsuit or leaked text or messy affair. Nope. What's really tanking her? Her attitude. Her interviews, her apparent inability to read the room. We're talking about a young actress who was gifted the kind of golden ticket people would kill for in this town. A lead role in West Side Story straight out the gate. A Disney princess on top of that. It was almost too good to be true. But now, those dreams are evaporating faster than a spilled cocktail on a Sunset Boulevard sidewalk. Because here's the truth. The audience isn't in her corner anymore. And worse, neither is the industry. The murmurs have turned into roars. She's burned too many bridges. She doesn't listen. She thinks she's untouchable. People inside Hollywood are done waiting for her to fix it. They're already moving on to the next girl. The one who's easier to manage, easier to like, easier to promote. Someone who doesn't turn every press tour into a PR nightmare. And yes, technically, Rachel could still stage a comeback. But let's be real. Would it even matter? Because what Hollywood is whispering now isn't just she's in trouble. It's she's already over. One PR exec said it best. The brand damage has been done. And the trust, it's gone. Think about it. When was the last time a director praised her in public? When did a co-star hype her on Instagram? Even those ride or die fan accounts have gone silent. And those that do post, they're resharing clips of Rachel looking arrogant, mocking, or just out of touch. It's giving cautionary tale. It's giving don't be like her. And let's not ignore the power vacuum behind the scenes. Her team, what's left of it, is either bickering over what to do or sitting around counting down the days until they can officially dip. Some are reportedly avoiding giving her honest feedback altogether because they know it'll blow up in their faces. Others have just checked out. They're physically present, but mentally already working on their next client. One insider described it like this: it's like watching a house collapse in slow motion, and no one wants to be the one holding a hammer. What's worse is that every attempt at pivot has failed. When she tried to go quiet on socials, people saw it as calculated. When she tried to come off empowered in interviews, people thought it was tone deaf. When she said nothing, people asked why she wasn't taking accountability. She's stuck in a loop she can't break out of. Every move she makes just confirms what critics have been saying all along: that she's not ready, that she's not humble, that she's not listening. And in Hollywood, Those are deadly sins. Even Disney's silence is deafening. No press support, no subtle statements, no attempts to steer the narrative. They're not defending her because they don't want to. That kind of institutional silence is rare and dangerous. It's the type of thing that says, we're not just done, we're burying this. And it's not like this hasn't happened before. Hollywood loves a rising star until that star starts to burn too hot. Then they pull the plug quietly, elegantly. They stop including you. They stop calling. They start working on the next big thing. And right now, Rachel Zegler is being quietly phased out. Think about it. How many Snow White promo pieces have you seen featuring her recently? None. No interviews, no magazine covers, no glossy behind-the-scenes footage. Disney is editing her out of the moment. And they're doing it without even saying a word. Because when they don't want you anymore, they don't yell it from the rooftops. They just vanish you. And the tragedy, she probably doesn't even realize how far she's fallen. Or worse, maybe she does, but she's still hoping she can power through without truly changing, without showing the vulnerability, the humility, the real growth that Hollywood and the public are begging for. But we've all seen how that story ends. And what's especially heartbreaking is how young she is. She had so much potential. So much talent. But talent alone isn't enough. Not in a town where image is everything. Not in an industry where every interview clip becomes a viral moment, where every smile or eye roll is picked apart like it's a courtroom deposition. And now, every clip of Rachel is being treated like Exhibit A. Look at her smirk here. Listen to her tone there. Watch how she dodges the question or throws shade at a beloved classic. Those aren't just PR missteps anymore. They're being turned into lessons. People are using her as a warning sign for how not to handle fame. You don't want to become the headline. You don't want to become the meme. And Rachel, she is the meme now? This isn't just a brand problem. It's an identity crisis, because if your whole public persona is built around being bold, unfiltered, and confident, but the world sees it as arrogant, bratty, and out of touch, what's left? Who are you then? And the longer she stays silent, the louder the backlash grows. The longer she goes without addressing it head on, the more people assume she doesn't care. Or worse, she thinks she's above it. But she's not. No one is, even the biggest stars. When they mess up, apologize, they rebuild, they try, they change. But Rachel, she's vanished. The once glamorous, glowing ingenue has turned into a Hollywood ghost, floating between press cycles, missing from red carpets, silent on the socials, and completely abandoned by the very people who built her up in the first place. And maybe that's the harshest truth of all. Because the fall of Rachel Zegler isn't just about one movie, or one comment, or one awkward interview. It's about how quickly this industry will turn on you when the shine wears off. When the charm runs dry, when the audience stops clapping and starts questioning. And right now, no one's clapping.